Alright guys, welcome back to Mass Down Media. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who are coming back, welcome back. Some of you may be wondering why I've been gone for about a month since my last upload. The reason for that was after I uploaded my last video, it ended up getting some copyright issues, so I had to deal with that for quite some time, and it kind of put, I guess a rock in the road for me to have to hurdle over. And since then, I'm now back on track, so I'll be able to record hopefully these episodes pretty congruently without having to worry about copyright in the future. If it does happen again, it does happen again. I can't really stop it. It's kind of like an automatic YouTube detection thing. But regardless, for those of you who've been anticipating my reactions, we are going to be watching A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Season 1, Episode 2, Hard Salt Beef. I'm super excited to watch this episode because I've been holding off for ages now. I know I'm kind of late to the party at this point. There's so many people who've been raving about it and talking about it. I've been trying to avoid spoilers to the best of my abilities. There's some that slipped through, but most of them kind of able to avoid it. I am excited for what is to come in this show. I've been loving it, as I said in the first episode in my last video about this show. I'm certain that most of you have probably already seen the entire show at this point, so please, if you could avoid leaving any spoilers in the comments. That said, I have read the novels, so for those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a huge Song of Ice and Fire fan. I'm currently reading through A Game of Thrones again, because the last time I read it, I was like in high school, which was almost 10 years ago now, Jesus. And yeah, so I'm super thrilled to see where Sir Duncan and Egg are going to be heading to in this episode. I don't know exactly what the sequence of events are going to be for this show compared to the novels, so it's really sort of new to me, but at the same time it's not, because I kind of know what's going to happen, but not so much like how it's going to happen. I know there's a lot of changes that they've made to kind of circumvent that issue to, I guess, book writers, but for the most part they've been faithfully adapting the show from the novellas, so I'm really excited for that. Without further ado, I honestly I don't want to wait any longer because it's been so long, so let's get into it.
You might not remember him, but,
Stay there. I'm coming back.
he was a true knight.
Damn! Sir Arlan of Penetree, the Sword of Morning.
Even as he was dying, he just got on with it.
That was a hell of an intro.
He wanted for nothing but the open air. And a fire to warm his feet at. His skills as a warrior were...
Damn, Dunk. Smacked the fuck out of him.
He was a dogged fighter. He kept on coming.
Steal a sweet kiss on the point of my blade.
Is this supposed to be the Reach still? This kind of looks more like almost Valley with the mountains and stuff.
Sir Arlan took service in your guard when your Lord Father lost his sight.
I'll make her my love, I'm a rest in the shade. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
House Hayford. Sir Arlan fought side by side with your brothers at the Redgrass.
How's Hayford? That's the Crown Lands, I think.
Nephew was killed in the battle.
They have a bale of hay.
House Tyrell. Sir Arlan often spoke of his time in your service as his very finest. He said it was you, my lord, who told him that a hedge knight was the bridge between lords and the small folk.
Is this Leo Tyrell? Longthorn?
Though it does not seem like these lords are even listening to you.
Nothing I can do about that.
You are a knight of the realm, sir. You can say fuck their permission, right into the list, sort out Longthorn Tyrell, and tell us off, son.
So it is Longthorn. Yeah.
Why do you treat these royal lapdogs like they're your betters?
They are my betters. You're too brazen for your own good. Sir Arlan was a great knight. Someone will remember him.
Oh, what's going on?
Hey, who's come?
Can't you see the banner, you darn cunt?
Damn! Targaryens.
Perhaps I should go back, sir. Check on the camp. Make sure no thieves have been nosing about.
You best be here when I come back. Rob me, and I'll hunt you down with dogs.
You don't have dogs!
I'll get some.
Where?
Oh!
I'm trying to see any banners in the background like we saw in the first episode. I haven't forgotten. They did a lot of attention to detail in this show, so...
Baelor Targaryen, firstborn son of King Daeron the Good, Prince of Dragonstone, Hand of the King, and heir to the Iron Throne.
There he is, the GOAT.
Mirka,
My Lord of Ashford.
Maekar and Baelor Breakspear.
Did you receive that?
My daughter, Gwen.
The GOAT. Might be my top 5 favorite Targaryens.
Boys, stop gaping. See for my horse.
I'm not a stable boy, my lord.
Not clever enough.
There we are, Aerion Brightflame. Or Aerion. I said Aerion.
My lord pardons, I'm no serving man either. I have the honor to be a knight.
Oh. Wow. Knighthood has fallen on sad days.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy. Oh my god!
Whoa. Easy.
I don't remember that happening in the novellas. Bro just got rocked.
He meant the princeling, not the palfrey.
Excuse me, my lords. I'm Sir Duncan the Tall.
Oh, is this the Kingsguard?
And Cray Cole, and this is my sworn brother, Sir Donald of Duskendale.
Oh shit.
Do you ride your horse into battle, or does it ride you?
Forget Sir Roland. It's not often he must look up.
Dude, that Kingsguard armor looks fucking great. It's about time we get like proper white Kingsguard armor. That's what I've wanted to see.
Where are you from, man? You don't smell house bread.
No place, really.
I know it. My family's from there.
You're not a Darkling of Duskendale.
We were crabbers at Duskendale. Far back as it goes.
Sir Donald of Duskendale.
The son of a crabber came to have the honor of being a knight in the Kingsguard.
Same way we became crabbers.
And we got a Kingsguard in the background. I'm assuming is...
Are you Baelor Targaryen?
I can't remember his name right now.
No.
Then would you move the fuck out of the way?
Bro, everyone's so mean to Dunk, man.
The prince's sons are missing.
You'd be more concerned if it was your son, old Roger.
Probably dead. Wars have started for less.
Dead.
You're big and stupid.
What the fuck?
They have only been missing a day.
Gwen Ashford's a little quirky.
Tehran belongs on a tourney field no more than Ares or Rhaegal.
By which you mean you'd sooner ride a whore than a horse.
That is not what I said.
Oh, I do not need to be...
Is it Rhaegal that's like a little bad in the head?
I'll swear I'll see him dead.
Who apparently like streaked through the streets, if I recall in a book.
You? Who are you? What do you mean by spying on us? Show yourself.
Failed your sneak check, Dunk.
I have asked Sir Manfred Dondarrion to vouch for me so that I might enter the lists, but he has refused to do so.
Who? What the fuck is going on?
We are the intruders here, brother. Come closer, sir.
I swear it. I have his sword and shield.
Sword and shield do not make a knight.
Car's like, shut up, bro.
Sir Arlan of Pennytree. He never won a tourney that I know, but he never shamed himself either.
Yes, sir. I mean, no, he didn't.
He overthrew Lord Stokeworth in the melee at King's Landing. And years before, he unhorsed the Grey Lion himself.
He told me of that many a time.
Then you will recall the Grey Lion's true name. I have no doubt.
Daemon Lannister, I think.
Sir Daemon Lannister. The Grey Lion. He's Lord of Casterly Rock now.
So he is. And enters the lists upon the
Dude, I love that hand thing he's got. It's like a dragon.
chance to unhorse Daemon Lannister 16 years ago.
I make it a practice to learn all I can of my foes. We broke 4 lances before I finally unhorsed him.
It was 7.
Doug, shut up, bro.
As you say, Your Grace, it was 4. I do apologize. The old man, Sir Arlan, he used to say that I was thick as a castle wall and slow as an oryx.
No harm was done, sir. Rise.
You gave him back his horse and armor and took no ransom. Sir Arlan often told me that you were the soul of chivalry, and that one day the 7 kingdoms would be safe in your hands.
The decision rests with the master of the games, but I see no reason to deny you.
As you say, my lord.
This is why he's the GOAT.
You must forgive my brother, sir. His sons went astray on the way here, and he fears for them.
I trust they will not be found dead.
Bro, why would you say that? I hope they're not dead.
By law, only a true-born son is entitled to inherit a knight's arms. You must needs find a new device, sir. A sigil of your own.
I will. Thank you again, Your Grace. I will fight bravely. You'll see.
I will say, Baelor doesn't look as burly as he does in the novellas.
You are Florian the Fool.
I am, my lady.
Florian the Fool, Florian and John Quill.
Has ever lived.
It's from the Age of Heroes. Actually, they just mentioned that in the first book of Game of Thrones. Sansa brings him up in her chapter.
Fool and a knight. I've never heard of such a thing.
Sweet lady, all men are fools, and all men are knights. Where women are concerned.
Yeah, Florian the Fool was he was a romantic. He was a romantic knight during the Age of Heroes. That would be a good concept for a show, showing the Age of Heroes. Garth Greenhand and Bran the Builder and all that. Seeing how the wall was built.
How did you do the fire tricks? Oh. Is it pollen?
Yeah, we collected on the way.
I've never seen such giant puppets. Did you make them yourself?
My uncle builds them, but I paint.
Could you paint something for me?
I have the coin to pay. It's just... I need to paint something over the chalice.
Well, what would you want?
Yeah. Sorry, you must think me a fool.
All men are fools. All men are knights.
Egg is like, say something, bro. Fucking say something. You're making this shit awkward for me, too.
I'm Sir Duncan the Tall.
I'm Tansel. The boys used to call me Tansel Too Tall.
You're not too tall. I mean, you're just right for...
For?
Puppets.
Dunk, you're losing aura by the moment.
The puppet girl.
Oh.
It didn't feel well handled.
She is painting your shield.
Yeah, for pay.
You are both gigantic.
Is that promising?
It's, commonality.
Or Egg's trying his best. What a wingman.
Everyone's always told me I was stupid.
And?
And? What?
What?
What did he do when people said you were stupid, sir?
What business is that of yours?
Bro! This show's killing me.
What is this piss froth? I need my
Piss froth.
Will you heed my call to war?
Bro, Ira Parker, your writing is diabolical this season, bro. Who's this little stubby Tyrell?
Hey! Try those palms, you clam-handed cunt. We're not in your sister's chambers now. Ready!
Are these just Tyrell men-at-arms?
If we lose this, I'll be drowning your firstborn! Oh, you cunt-strapped dandelion!
They got fucking egg at the front, bro. There he is, the boy, Steely Pate.
You do good work. None better. I need some armor on the morrow. Gorget Greaves and Great Helm. Are you jousting or working? Both, perhaps. You're a big one. I've armored bigger. I have some pieces in the wagon that might do. Nothing prettied up with gold or silver, like. Just good steel, strong and plain.
What would you guys prefer if you were in this universe? Would you want something fancy and like with insignias and stuff, or would you guys prefer like just a solid steel, just plating, or even like Valyrian steel, or just something, you know what I mean? A strong metal? What would you guys want? Let me know.
I could make use of the metal. If it's not too rusted, I'll take it and armor you for 600. I only have 2 stags. Buys you a day. Send your squire along with the rest, or else they'll sell me wares to the next man. You'll get it all.
I wonder who Steely Pate would have armored bigger than Duncan the Tall, at least in this era, you know? The only massive character I can think of that's like even remotely close to Duncan's size would have been Sandok the Shadow, who was a Mirish pit fighter that served actually I won't spoil that. That's some spoilers for another show. Selling Sweetfoot. That does not sound like 600 silver or 600 stags.
No turning back now, I suppose.
Why is he looking in the drink?
You know the old man lived nigh on 60 years and was never a champion.
It's bugging my cider.
Perhaps even House Targaryen.
You suppose the Dragon House employs many hedge knights, sir?
Enough of that. I'll have you know Sir Donald of the Kingsguard is but the son of a crabber.
Yeah.
Sir Donald? Of Duskendale?
Yep.
His father owns half the crabbing fleets in Westeros.
What? What a fraud.
How would you know?
Like fishing.
I like fishing. Yo, Egg is just constantly trolling Dunk.
Yeah.
All right. Who we got coming along? He's the joust of... I see some red armor. Those Lannisters. Oh, that's Medgar Tully. Daemon Lannister. Lionel. Hightower. So it must be Ablar. Hightower. Prince Valar.
Who's that?
Prince Valar. Baelor's son.
He doesn't have the white streak.
Knight of the throne.
He's the favourite, I'd wager.
I'll take that bet, sir.
I don't see who else is fighting in this. Valar. I don't know who that is. That's Medgar Tully. I wish we could see all their sigils.
Lord Ashford Fox's sheep!
Damn, bro's getting killed later. Oh, okay, here we go. So we got 2 Lannisters. So Tybalt Lannister maybe as well? That's Leo Tyrell. Oh, Humphrey Harding. Okay, that's who I was wondering was on the right. You can see his, he's got the red and the white. At least I think it's Humphrey Harding, because that's House Harding, right? Someone let me know in the comments. Oh, Valar and Hightower. Damn. Holy shit. Yo, Leo is built different, bro. What the fuck was that? He got up onto the moving horse and swept his shield at the same time? This man is a menace.
Die! Do you yield, Blackfire bastard? Ah, yeah!
Blackfire mention?
Do great knights live in the hedges and die by the side of a muddy road? I think not. Sir Arlan wasn't gifted with sword or lance, and he drank, and he whored, and he was a hard man to know. He made no friends either.
He lived nigh on 60 years and never was a champion. What chance do I have, truly?
I really love this external deep reverence that Dunk is holding out for Arlan.
And I am his legacy. On the morrow, we will show them what his hand has wrought.
Well, the music in this, man, is peak. It's peak. Add all this shit to my Spotify playlist. I'm a weird guy that way. I like listening to music soundtracks sometimes, you know? What can I say about this show? This is probably the best adaptation from book to TV I've seen in... I can't even remember how long. Maybe since Game of Thrones, even like the earlier seasons. I've got a lot to talk about the show, and we're only 2 episodes in, man. Like that's what's insane to me. This show has brought like everything I could want out of a show for a medieval period, especially based on the Song of Ice and Fire like fandom universe stuff. I love that in the first episode immediately we're straight into just introducing the characters. They let the characters breathe. They introduced us to the story, where we're going, what's going to be going on there, and then this episode is kind of like almost letting us through that door to show us even further what to expect. Just off the top of my head, I love the pacing of the show immediately because they sort of start with moving the main important stuff forward first, which is, you know, in the first episode, Dunk couldn't enter the tourney because he didn't have any out to vouch for him, excuse me. And so he moves forward with meeting with Baelor Targaryen, who essentially says, I don't give a fuck if there's nobody there to vouch for him, just let him partake. If he gets his ass beat, he gets his ass beat, which is, you know, it's kind of chill. I'm loving that we kind of got all that taken care of, and then he reminds Dunk at the very end as he's leaving, he's like, you know, you're gonna have to get your own sigil, because you're not part of House Pennytree, so there's no reason for you to have this. I love that. And then just to move it forward where we see him kind of meet with Tanzel and they start flirting and stuff. I'm loving that we kind of get to see a little more of a rich history of the Age of Heroes, because we never really hear about the Age of Heroes in the regular show of Game of Thrones. The only thing we ever hear a mention of them, as I recall in the show at least, is Bran the Builder and him building the wall and stuff like that. We never hear much about Garth Greenhand or the origin of like the House Lannister and how they became, which was I think his name is Lan the Clever. He basically snuck in and yoinked. I think their name was House Casterly, that owned Casterly Rock. And from what we understand, there's like different like claims of how Lan the Clever became the seated house and became House Lannister, which there's like a whole info, like there was like intermission episodes of Game of Thrones where they gave us that those history pieces as well, and it was also mentioned sometimes in the books. I'm curious if they're going to mention any more about the Age of Heroes throughout this. I imagine so, given it seems like the puppet like show seems to be more in regard to that. And I think it's interesting that we got to see Florian the Fool in particular. I don't remember if that was in the novellas. I didn't really pay attention too much to the puppet show in the novellas as I did now in this show, like kind of just hearing the references. But I think it's interesting that they mentioned the Fool, because it kind of really plays into Dunk's kind of persona. It's like history repeating itself almost, where from what I understand, if I recall correctly, Florian the Fool, they don't do like a huge like expose on his character in the books, but I remember, I believe, mentioning that he was still a knight of honor, but he was very, I don't know what the best term would be. I guess he was a fool, like not in the term like he was stupid, but more in the term like he was silly. He was a quirky guy, and he didn't take life too seriously, but he took his vows seriously as a knight. I could be wrong on some of this, and I apologize if I am. But from what I understand, Florian the Fool was this, he was this romantic, like very outgoing knight, almost kind of like Lionel Baratheon in some ways, rather. And he fell in love with this woman named Jonquil. I don't remember the story of how it ends, but I do recall them getting married and it being the whole tale, which was of Sir Florian and Jonquil, and that's kind of like the name of the story. Going back to my original point, we kind of get to the meat of the issues for Dunk in the beginning of the episode, and then it gives the rest of the episode for us to explore and let him kind of connect with Egg, and them to have this kind of connection where they can really breathe and just naturally get to know one another and rib off each other. I really enjoyed that, because there's very rare shows now where we get the chance to really let a character breathe, where it's not constant action, it's not constant dragons, it's not constant bickering and drama. We don't always need drama in shows to keep like attention span, I think. Some people might, but for me, I really enjoy when you can really sit down with a character and you can still entertain an audience by having them talk about their beliefs, or talk about what they think they should be doing, or talk about just their feelings and kind of getting inside their head. Because as most of you who may have read the novellas know, Dunk has a lot of internal monologue in the novellas that we get. I was wondering how they were going to kind of express and get him to speak aloud in this, unless they were just going to give him an internal monologue. But they chose to go in a different route, which in the first episode we see him talking to his horses, and in this episode it seems more like him talking to Egg and kind of externalizing these thoughts of his and just speaking them aloud. And I think it's really interesting, and it's a kind of a refreshing way to see Dunk be able to meet with his reality, especially when we see him suffering from the PTSD. I wouldn't say PTSD, I'd say the realization during that tournament when he was watching all these people joust, that this is very real, the stakes are real. He could lose a life, he could lose his eye, he could lose his neck, like anything could happen, because that's how it went in these times. I mean, you get a bad cut like Sir Arlan did at the beginning of the episode, it gets infected, you're dead, you're done. There wasn't, and not everyone had the affordability of a maester and of proper treatment, and certainly not to the extent I'm sure the royal house would. So it's really good to see that he's kind of internalizing and realizing that these are real stakes, and he should not be treating this like some kind of glorification, which I think George R. R. Martin does a really good job of in the main Game of Thrones books, where he kind of shows war's ugly. You shouldn't be glorifying it, you shouldn't be romanticizing it, because a lot of shows and things like that seem to romanticize war and make people think, oh, this is going to be so awesome, like I get to fight these guys in knight armor and this. But in reality, half the time, and there's a movie that does really well with this, is The King with Timothée Chalamet, where you see him fighting and it's not graceful, it's not gallant, it's disgusting, it's gritty, it's painful. And I'm curious how they're going to portray that in this show. I've heard, like I said, nothing but good things about this show from start to finish from my friends, so I'm kind of curious to see what they're gonna do for the coming episodes and how it's gonna be handled. Because quite frankly, I mean, if the first 2 episodes are anything to go by, this is gonna be peak television, and I hope season 2 continues that way as well, and the following seasons after that. But yeah, that's kind of like where I'm sitting right now. There's a lot more I would love to talk about, but I feel like I'm gonna be yapping for like an hour if I did that, so I'm just gonna leave it there, and then I'll maybe like explain everything how I feel in the final episode and really get it all off my chest so I can internalize it. I thought about taking notes, but I'm terrible at multitasking where I'm listening and writing at the same time. So I try to just internally write notes that I find helpful for the show, and what I can critique and what I found interesting and what really like touched on me. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. The sooner I get to, I think it's 1,000 subscribers or something like that, the sooner I don't have to worry as much about the auto copyright issue that's been happening, so I can upload more steadily without having to wait like sometimes 30 days before a copyright like permission thing goes through or whatever it is. I'm gonna try and find ways to circumvent that. Maybe I have to just cut these videos even shorter, my reactions shorter, and just upload the full thing on Patreon with a kind of a disclaimer or whatever. But if you did truly enjoy these, it would mean the world. I mean, I'm already almost at 20 subscribers, I think, or I may be at 20 subscribers. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of insane. I didn't think that I would get the amount of support I have. And I know not all of you guys have been commenting, but you might just be watching my videos and just dropping the likes. And even that matters to me. I don't mind if not everyone's, you know, big on commentating on videos and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me at all. So truly thank you to all of you who've just given me support by just subscribing and liking my videos, because it helps with the algorithm as well. I know I'm not at the top of the food chain, so chances are people are going to have to be finding me through random algorithm polls or just really having to hard search for that stuff. So again, thank you for the support. It does mean a lot to me. And I'm probably gonna, to be honest, right after I end recording this video, I might just watch the next episode and record that too and just bang these out, because I've been waiting too long to be able to watch these. So again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video.